monthly on their phone bill. Though this one-time billing isn't exactly what they wanted, they feel it's close enough, and they're ready to get the project operating.
We've been pretty well ready to go up to this point, as we've talked about many times before. This, I guess, was the last stumbling block, and we're happy to see that we've both agreed to something and we're ready to go ahead.
Although both sides seem happy with the deal, it isn't a permanent solution. They'll be back at the bargaining tables again next year.
Secondly, we've agreed to come back after a year's operations, after the system's been up and running for a year, and look at a solution that's more permanent for them and for us.
Paul Hinksler, Channel 5 News.
It's been a tough haul for the agriculture industry of late, but some people say they're starting to catch a glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel. As Tanya Jacobson tells us, slowly rising grain prices and the increased use of specialty crops have prompted local implement dealers to expand their operations.
Southwest implement dealers are feeling a strong sense of optimism when it comes to the agriculture industry. That was evident as JD Equipment announced a 25-foot by 30-foot special tool storage facility expansion of their Swift Current store, along with the announcement of opening a new store in Vanguard.
We see a lot of positive developments in agriculture right now, so a lot of the moves that we're making with the expansion in Swift Current and with the addition of the store in Vanguard is in anticipation of agriculture becoming stronger and meeting the needs of customers.
Construction will begin within the next few weeks on the Swift Current store, and with completion, Smith says 1 to 2 technicians will be hired. The Vanguard dealership is scheduled to open early next month.
It's really starting to surge with specialty crops and conservation farming practices, and we want to be able to be in a position to meet those needs.
And expansion seems to be catching on. Southwest Pro Ag announced an expansion of its own earlier this month. The dealership is tripling the size of their shop area, a move owner Gordon Carey says was necessary to service the needs of the Southwest farming community.
Well, our equipment is getting bigger, our farming area is getting bigger, our territory is quite a bit larger now than what it used to be, and I think the economy in the grain farming is turning around a bit, so we'll need a little more room to serve the customers' needs.
Carey is in the process of completing a 3,600 square foot service shop, which he says will allow the dealership to service up to 12 large combines and tractors at one time. He says the expansion will make room for 5 new employees, and he says it was all possible thanks to resurgence of cash into the agriculture industry.
I think the grain prices, especially durum grain prices, are a lot better, and farmers diversifying and going to more specialty crops have brought more cash into the country.
Tanya Jacobson, Channel 5 News.
Contrary to popular misbelief, blindness does not